Good morning. We're going to talk about spotting, when's a good time to spot and when you shouldn't spot. Basically, if you have somebody there, you're going to exert a little more effort. You're going to have a little more confidence with one spotter. Also, you can get side spotters for heavier weight and a safer squat. And also, you can get a spotter behind the person so they can either grab them at the hips, grab them with the bar, or grab them around the rib cage. Just depends on the size of the lifter. Also, it depends on if they're beginner, novice, if they're experienced squatter. Usually for weightlifting, they don't normally use a squat. They'll usually just dump it. I know through strength training or weightlifting or doing fitness, one of the fastest ways to build confidence is have a spotter. We might not touch the bar or help the person up, but just being there elevates the mindset to build confidence so that they stand up in the squat. So Ashley's right here. We're working for bands. It's a new exercise, but she's all, can you spot me? She did a couple reps by herself, but then she's like, hey, can I get a spotter? So I'm going to spot her. I'm just going to stand right there and not necessarily touch the bar. Ready? Ready? Keep the upper back tight. Remember, on this exercise, stay super tight. This is an overload exercise. Now go wider stance, big air, stay tight, push those knees out. And drive up, right there. One more time, push the knees out, strong. And drive. Awesome. See how she kept her hips underneath the shoulders? That allowed her to use maximum leg drive right there. So, how was that squat?
It was good. Better than the first times.
Yeah, so this is basically an overload. We got some bands on there. So you feel the weight as it gets lower and lower, but as you get taller and taller, it actually gets heavier and heavier. But it helps give you a little bit of a spring. And also just knowing your lifter, if you know that your lifter struggles at different points in the lift. So if I'm a lifter and I'm coming up and you know your lifter gets stuck here, you're probably going to help them a little bit more in that position compared to like if they're already halfway standing up and they get stuck halfway. So only help the lifter in where they're lifting and where they're struggling at, and make them keep working hard and fighting for that squat position, fighting to stay tighter, fighting to stay stronger, because in those positions where you're working hard, you're going to strengthen those muscles needed to move past those harder positions. All right, so there you go, a couple of tips for squatting. Know your lifter, and making sure that you make the lifter work, do the majority of the work. Unless he's going down and he's not coming up and you know it, then grab him. But also distinguish whether he's in a break away from the bar or if you're going to help spot him. All right, there you go, guys. Just a couple quick tips on how to become a better squatter, but also how to spot better.